This video continues Chapter 6, Anatomy and Physiology, looking at the structure and function, the anatomy and physiology of the endocrine system. The endocrine system is that series of ductless glands that secrete hormones controlling body functions. Major endocrine glands include the pituitary, hypothalamus, thyroid, adrenal glands, and the pancreas. The pituitary gland sits at the base of the brain, and it's considered the master gland because it controls lots of the other glands and specifically helps with growth and development of children. The hypothalamus is going to secrete hormones acting on the pituitary gland, and it's really involved and interacts with the urinary system, controlling water excretion by the kidneys. We find the thyroid gland in the front part of the neck, and that's tied to metabolism and development as well. But then also the parathyroids are inside the thyroid gland, and they regulate calcium metabolism. The adrenal glands sit on top of the kidneys, and they can secrete several hormones, most notably epinephrine or adrenaline, in response to the sympathetic nervous system and that fight or flight response. Now, adrenaline has several important functions. When it hits the bloodstream, it will increase heart rate, it will constrict peripheral blood vessels, raising blood pressure, and it's going to stop and slow down digestive and kidney functions, stop the movement of food and waste through the intestines, and that's in preparation for that fight or flight. The other thing the adrenal glands do is secrete cortisol, which helps regulate the body's response to stress. The pancreas is maybe the endocrine system organ that you may encounter most often dealing with illness in a patient. Why? Because it's principally responsible for the regulation of blood sugar as it excretes insulin. Now, about 1 in 6 people in the United States has diabetes, and so consequently, the odds are going to be through patient contacts you'll encounter someone with a difficulty tied to pancreatic function. We'll finish our discussion of the endocrine system with the gonads, ovaries in females and testes in the males, and those produce hormones that are responsible for sexual development and sex characteristics such as facial hair in men and so on. And then finally, the pineal gland is also back up in the brain, and it is posterior to the location of the hypothalamus and the pituitary, and that's where we control our circadian rhythms, our daily waking and sleeping patterns. And the specific hormone that helps with that is melatonin. So the endocrine system really secretes many critical hormones: the sex hormones from the gonads, insulin from the pancreas, melatonin from the pineal gland, that helps regulate a lot of our body functions.